Linda Ellis Sims has a long record of service to the University of Kansas, but to some Jayhawks, she may be best known as the lady in the foam Jayhawk hat. The hat was made in Detroit and has survived a Final Four and several other KU events.
Sometimes I worry about, at this point in my life, at my age, should I be wearing a giant foam hat like that? It's fun. You get to meet so many people. It's people will come up to you and they'll see that and it's obvious it's a Jayhawk. It's just, there's no doubt about it. We've had Southwest flight attendants wear it. We've had a blast with that hat.
Sims also is known for taking long rides from Houston, Texas to Kansas aboard her Harley Davidson.
Well, I always thought she was a little bit crazy, and those things kind of substantiate that. If you've ever driven from Houston to Lawrence, Kansas, it's not exactly an easy drive, particularly in Texas with all the traffic. But she and Russ made a number of trips from Houston to her mother's home in Kansas City on their Harleys. And I just can't imagine doing something like that.
If the hat and the motorcycle rides to Kansas don't convince you of Sims' rabid support of KU, perhaps her extensive volunteer work will. She served as vice president of the KU Alumni Association's National Board of Directors and also as a chapter leader in Houston. In addition, she has been a member of the KU Endowment Board of Trustees, as well as a member of the School of Engineering Advisory Board and the search committees that hired Chancellor Bernadette Gray Little and Athletic Director Shane Zinger.
One of the things that I was blessed with was I was in an airport once and ran into one of my chemical engineering professors, and they were starting an advisory board. This is when I was young and I didn't have a lot of money to give, but I was able to get involved by giving time. So time and talent and treasure, which could be monetary. So there's a lot of different ways to give back.
At KU, Sims was an engineering major and a letter winner on the swim team. She now finds time for her KU support despite a high-ranking position with ExxonMobil, where she has worked for 33 years, currently in third-party sales.
For the first time I met her, it was obvious that KU was number one to her. Exxon was very important, but not number one. Houston was a nice place to live, but she'd really like to be in Lawrence. So she's just a great advertising sign for the University of Kansas.
You just determine your priorities. And, neither of my parents had the chance to finish their college educations, as I mentioned, and I would just hope that with me being able to give back a little bit, maybe that'll help somebody else behind me come forward and have that same college experience, because the education was awesome, but it was the whole KU atmosphere and experience that really, I think, has helped me in life.
Gosh, when you look at the different things that she's been a part of and the devotion and the true love that she has toward Kansas, it's just so unique. And it motivates people around her. She doesn't probably realize it, and she doesn't do it for that reason. But it helps stimulate other people around her who sit there and realize what a great experience they've had. And shoot, if Linda Ellis can work this hard and be a part of these kinds of projects, whether it's endowment or searches or whatever it might be, by gosh, maybe I ought to look at myself, and there's some time I can carve out too. And we need all the folks like Linda we can get, and she's truly special in that regard.
Any event that you see Linda, I'm in the right place. This is the right KU event where I want to be. And it doesn't matter what it is. It could be, something academically oriented. It could be an athletic event, something through the Alumni Association, something through endowment. You see Linda, and it's like, this is going to be a good thing. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting because her presence just elevates things to a new level.
Sims recently returned to live in the Kansas City area while continuing to work for Exxon. The move allows her and her husband Russ to be closer to the university for both athletic events and volunteer work. And she continues to wear her KU colors on the road when she travels for work.
I know we look for, in the Ellsworth Award, people who really hit the highest level of service and commitment to KU. And if nothing else, there are just so many reasons why Linda is deserving of this award, but the one that may really set her apart is, frankly, no one can pull this off. like Linda Ellis Sims. I can't. And, you know, if you're at any event, doesn't matter where it is, look across an arena and you see the BCAT, there's Linda Ellis. And I can't do it. Linda can. She's deserving of the award for this, if nothing else.
And Sims says that hat will continue to be a way for her to meet fellow Jayhawks through Alumni Association events.
The thing I think the Alumni Association does best, it keeps folks involved, and it helps remind them of home. Whether they were from Kansas or not, there's a special thing about being a Jayhawk. And being a part of the local events, I mean, it's amazing to see a first-timer come out and they're just amazed to see other Jayhawks. I think there's some professional networking opportunities, some things like that. But just the fact that you get to know other folks and kind of rekindle some of that Jayhawk spirit.